put them on silent for me? I promise they're going to ring if you don't. I don't know why, but they will ring. So put them on silent for me and then we can get going. All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through today, and thank you for all of you who've tuned in to the broadcast today. It's exciting times at DuePoint. Not only is it Friday, which is exciting always, but tomorrow morning we've got our conference down in Bloemfontein, and we are gearing up for that, and it's just exciting to be part of DuePoint at the moment with what's happening. I've been talking to more and more people around the country in different ends of the economy and different industries, and I tell you what, I just don't know what life in South Africa is going to be like for South Africans outside of DuePoint. So today I'm hoping that I can give you an understanding of why we feel like that. I hope that by the end of this session you will sense the sense of excitement that we have for this business and why we believe so confidently we have created something that is a solution in South Africa today. But before we start on that, I want to remind you again that DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We're a listed, licensed public company. We've been around since 1952. We're homegrown South African, so you are not dealing with something new. You might not have heard of us before, but that doesn't matter. We're not new. We've been around for 7 decades. And so we're not a here today, gone tomorrow. I often hear people say, yeah, but these things are here today, gone tomorrow. Well, not this one. 7 decades old. Nearly half a decade ago, we started DuePoint as a division of Constantia, and we started it with the purpose of finding a solution to the economic problem that we have in South Africa today. Right now, we have an economy that is in recession. It means that it's shrinking. Every single year, our economy in South Africa gets smaller. This is something South Africans hide away from. They stick their head in the sand and they hope it's not true, and they believe that some miracle will occur. I've mentioned the story before, but I was talking to a lady at the hairdresser that I go to, and she said to me just before the May elections, she said, oh, next week, Wednesday, it's the elections. After that, everything will be better. Hands up, anybody's noticed any difference since the 8th of May? Did you notice any difference to your life? Anything changed in your life since the 8th of May? No, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, that election was not going to change our economic position. It might have changed our political position, but not our economic position. As South Africans, we are unfortunately in crisis. We really are in crisis. Most South Africans haven't given it that label yet because it's a little scary to label your position as in crisis, but you are in crisis, every one of us. Why? Because we don't have any control over our income anymore. None of us can walk out of here and go and increase our earnings tomorrow. None of us. None of us could even increase our earnings in the next year. The economists are telling us it's very likely that at the end of this year, the average South African will experience a salary decrease. Not an increase, a decrease, because we are in an economy that is shrinking. What do we know is that there are no new jobs coming out. In fact, there are less jobs every year. End of last year, 600,000 people moved into unemployment. That was 300,000 matriculants and 300,000 people who had jobs last year, but who lost them because businesses closed down and the economy got smaller. The same thing will happen at the end of this year. That means it's now 1.2 million jobs that are required from an economy that gets smaller every year. Folks, we are in crisis, but you know what really compounds this crisis is the fact that everything keeps getting more expensive. I don't know if you've noticed that. We're earning less, our buying power is diminishing, and yet none of the prices are going down. Everywhere I go, prices go up every single week. I remember a time when I was younger that you used to have annual price increases. Do you remember those glory days where you only had one increase a year? Now we have an increase in prices on a weekly basis. This is what crisis looks like, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we are in. And 5 years ago, we had already foreseen it, and we wanted to build a solution for South Africans to use that could save them from that crisis. And we built what we call the DuePoint system. The DuePoint system is nothing like what you have seen before. It does not require you to sell anything, goodies or other. It does not require you to present. So those of you who say, I'm not a salesperson, I'm not a this, great, it's perfect for you. We do not require you to do any of the things that you would have had to do before if you were involved in selling of goods. That's not what happens here. Instead, we put in place what we believe is the latest technology available in South Africa to put you in a position where all you need to do is connect South Africans via that technology to us. If you're able to do that, you then expand our market. We're able to go out and facilitate the purchase of our products ourselves as the insurance company. That creates greater revenue for us, and that greater revenue results in our ability to create circumstance-changing wealth for you. What is circumstance-changing wealth for you? Well, it is recurring income. You see, everything that you might have been involved in before required you to sell something, and then they gave you cash for the transaction. Now, as you all know, none of that ever changed your circumstances. Even if you did really well for a while, we know these things have like a shelf life of about 6 to 12 months. They blow in from overseas. They hear, everybody's all excited, I'm going to be rich, and then they're gone. Now, you've been involved in many of those, haven't you? Yeah. And all they did was give you cash, and the cash didn't change anything. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting here today. What we do is we build wealth. Wealth is very different from cash. You see, wealth is something that is there every month despite what your personal circumstances are. You might be sick in hospital. You might be lying on a beach on holiday. You might be overworked at your traditional job. Doesn't matter. Your income comes in from our system because we've created a system of wealth, not cash. How did we do that? Well, we built it off of the back of our financial services. Our financial services are all debit order run, which means that no matter what you're doing, the debit orders automatically come off every month and your income flows in. This means that when we say all you need to do is connect people to us, that's what we actually mean. It's single connections, not chasing after people to buy again every month. It's single connections from which you are able to create wealth without the burdens you once had before. Folks, we've built this system in the South African context by South Africans. We know what all your difficulties are. We know what your circumstances are. Number one reason for fighting the person that brought you here today. You know what it is. You remember what you said to them. I'm sorry, I don't have time for this. I'm too busy. I've heard unemployed people tell me, Brendan, I'm too busy for this. And I've thought, no. You're not too busy. That's just South African culture. South African culture is, how are you? Oh, I'm so busy. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you're busy. You work 60, 80, 100 hours a week. I know. But those hours are not making you more wealthy, are they? They're not making you more wealthy. One of the ladies that's done quite well here at DuePoint WhatsApped me this morning. She said for the last 2 weeks, she's been dealing with audits. She's a nurse. She's been dealing with audits at the factories where she's a nurse. And she says, I'm completely and utterly exhausted. I am sick as a result of it. And I've gained nothing from the last 2 weeks. Nothing. But how many hundreds of hours has she spent in the last 2 weeks on work? That made her poor. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to get our time back now. We cannot say that we are too tired or haven't got any time, because that time is destroying us. It's time now for us to take our time, our busyness, and put it into something that makes us wealthy. But we know that this is an issue in South Africa, along with a bunch of others. And so we built a system that fits you. It fits into your circumstances. No matter what your circumstances are, it fits in. And it allows you to leverage. It leverage yourself and others in the creation of wealth for yourself 24 hours a day, any day of the year, anywhere in the country. You are not dragging packets of groceries around out of DuePoint. The technology is on your phone, and you can do it any time of the day, anywhere in the country, any day of the year with us. Folks, in addition, we give you the use of our system at no cost. This is not one of those presentations where you're going to have to now go and fork out for a starter kit or buy products or buy training or buy application forms. None of that exists at DuePoint. There is no cost for the use of our system. By simply being a product owner at DuePoint, you get automatic access to everything that is DuePoint at no cost to you. We are in the business of wealth creation, ladies and gentlemen, not cash in transit that actually makes you poorer. We are in the business of making people richer through a process of technology. Folks, in addition, you're not selling and you're not presenting. You've got to remember that. Many people come to me after these presentations and say, Brendan, when I am selling, there is no more selling. I've freed you from that burden. No more selling. All you're going to do is connect South Africans to us using our technology. As a result of being able to connect us, it means that you're not salespeople. You're not representatives or intermediaries or brokers or agents or advisors. You're none of those things in ours. It means that everybody, no matter their experience or education, can be a wealth engineer with us here at DuePoint. It means that everybody can build an asset. Assets are things that create regular income for you. Assets are things you can price and sell. Assets are things that will outlive you. And that is exactly what is going to happen with your channel here. Your channel you can price and sell. Your channel will outlive you and automatically be handed over to your children when you pass away one day. And that income that you earn during your life will now be an income that they earn. This is the only company that we know of in South Africa that creates intergenerational wealth. No cash in transit business will create you wealth that will pass your generation. But here, you are not only building wealth for yourself, but for your family and the generations to come after you. Folks, and we've built this system in the easiest, most convenient way for you. Everything you need is in your phone. Everything you need is in your phone. If you're able to tap it 3 times, you're able to connect South Africans to us. As you connect South Africans to us, others will do exactly the same thing. They will use our technology, they will tap their phone, and they will connect South Africans to us. And your platform of distribution, your channel of wealth, will grow across the city, the province, and then the nation. We have seen this happen thousands of times over the last half decade. This is not pretend, this is not hope. This is actual experience that we've had at DuePoint. We then come along as the insurance company, not you, we, and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel you've created, and your wealth is born. We then come along and distribute that wealth to you in 2 separate ways. Firstly, through your returns program or our returns program, where we pay you R27.50 for every product payment in your channel every month that it is paid, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel it's paid. It's very simple. You're going to go out, you're going to connect a few people. They're going to take a product, pay for it, and you're going to get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. 55 Rand every month that product is paid for. Not when you sell them the pot or the pan. Every month after a single connection, you have a stream of income that you have now created for yourself. As you add connections to us, you create lines of recurring income into your bank account, into your personal economy. If these people take more than one product, you get multiples of the 55 Rand. They take 2, you get 110 Rand, 3, 165, 4, 220. You have control over your income in our business. As they connect individuals, again, you will get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand for every successful product payment from people you didn't even connect, but people that others connected. You've been here for 5 minutes in this example, and you're earning 1,000 Rand a month with us. 1,000 Rand every month. Oh, but I can sell something else and they give me 450 Rand. Yes, only once. Here you got 12,000 Rand a year already that you have created in wealth for you. But maybe you want more. I get greedy people in this presentation. They go, no, I need much more if I'm going to do this. Fine. Connect more people. That's your only task. Connect more people. The more people you connect, the more money you can make. You will earn on a diminishing basis to the 8th point. But from the 8th point on, we put no limit to your ability to create wealth here. From the 8th point on, you'll always get 4% of R27.50 for every product payment every month. This means that no matter your aspiration, no matter your dream, as long as you are willing to put time in and the connection of people to us, you can create any level of wealth that you want. Any level. We can even calculate it. We've been around long enough to have actual data. I can tell you what your earnings look like if you are willing to put time in and connections in. We call it time and numbers. In this presentation, we use a very simple example. We call it 3 plus 2. We expect you to put 3 people in your first month and 2 people every month thereafter. You can put way more in, way more. This last month alone, Movers and Shakers was a guy put 38 people in. So if he can put 38 in, you can certainly put 2 in every month. What are you doing? Are you presenting and selling? And no. You're just connecting them using your phone. 2 connections a month. If you're able to do that and you do it consistently, well, then I can calculate your earnings. You want the earnings to go faster than this? Connect more people. If you go slower, you'll earn slower than this. But we can now quite accurately predict what you can expect to earn here at DuePoint. So if you're connecting 2 people every single month without fail, after 6 months, you're up to 2,500 Rand a month with us. That's 30,000 Rand a year that you're earning with us. 30,000 a year. You haven't really been doing anything. You've been connecting just 2 people. Connect 10 a month and see what that number turns into. But at just 2 because you're busy. Remember, you're busy. You can only connect 2. If you do 2 solid connections a month, then after 6 months, you're on 30,000 Rand a month with us. If you can carry on doing it for a year, 2 people every month, you can reasonably expect to be on 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. That's 120,000 Rand a year. You have made that for yourself in your control in 12 months with us. In 12 months. I know everybody else has promised you it would happen quicker. Oh, I got this WhatsApp. This thing's going to make me rich in 3 months. All right, well, why is no one getting rich from it then? 90 days is quick. You can check very quickly if anybody's getting rich. It's because there's no such thing. But here, if you're willing to put time in, that's the ingredient for success in any business or career, is time. If you're willing to put time in, we're able to create you permanent, lifetime, intergenerational wealth. It's the big difference between DuePoint and everything else that you have seen before. If you're able to do it for 2 years, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2 every month, you don't have to increase your rate of growth, just 2 connections every month for 2 years. Then that 9 becomes 27 to 30,000 Rand a month. 360,000 Rand a year. You've done it in 2 years. You've spoken to lots of people who laughed at you, who told you it was a pyramid scheme or a scam. I do enjoy those tremendously. A 7-decade-old public, listed, licensed insurance company. We're a scam. How did we last 70 years if we're a scam? Okay. But you're going to get people who tell you that, maybe even your parents tonight, when you're explaining it to them, will tell you that it's a scheme and a scam. You're going to have people that will go, I'll do it, but they'll cancel or they'll lapse out. Then you'll get people who promise you, I'm going to put thousands of people in. And the next day you can't contact them because they've unfriended you and blocked you on WhatsApp. I'm foretelling your future. But when you understand what is the potential here, you know that those people are just people to put aside and move on. Find the people who realize the crisis that we are in and are willing to put work in to create wealth for themselves and you in our systems. If you can keep putting 2 people in for 3 years, it becomes 45,000 Rand. If you can put it in for 4 years, it becomes 60,000 Rand. And if you're able to do it for half a decade, you can reasonably expect to be somewhere between 80 and 100,000 Rand a month. 80 and 100,000 Rand a month, that's R1 million a year. This sounds like flamboyant mathematics, fun with Excel spreadsheets. The only difference is we now actually have the data on this, and we have people that have gone well beyond these numbers already. You're coming in quite late in the game. I can show you people who are all along the spectrum already. It's not about debating DuePoint. I often say DuePoint is already beyond educated debate. If you're educated and understand DuePoint, you don't debate it. It's now really a decision left in your hands about what you're doing with your life in South Africa, given the context of our economy. What are you doing? Are you one of those people who says, no, but what I need is a job? Because I can tell you the jobs are drying up. You know that jobs were formed in the Industrial Revolution. That's only 150 years ago. That era of jobs is slowly dying out globally. Globally, jobs are slowly going away. It's now about how we as individuals create income for ourselves. As I said, most South Africans don't know what's actually happening out there. And we've got some nice training sessions you can go and watch where we actually teach you about what is actually happening in the economy, both locally and overseas. Go and watch them. But folks, we put people on the stage every month, just 2 or 3 or 4 from around the country, to show you how people at different stages are growing wealth with us. This last 2 weeks, we had Natasha Weldrick up. She's from Port Elizabeth. This is a nationwide business. She's a full-time mom and works on DuePoint when she can. An hour this week, maybe 15 minutes that week. She doesn't do it a lot because she works nearly 7 days a week. She's a single mom, but she wants freedom. She wants control. And so when she can, she connects people to DuePoint. In over 2.5 years, she's built a channel worth 108,000 Rand a year to her. What would an extra 108,000 Rand a month do for you as a single mom? 108,000 Rand a year pays for your kids' school fees, doesn't it? Pays for private medical aid. Buys you a car. It's a deposit on a house. People look at it and go, 8,000 Rand a month, 9,000 Rand a month. No, man, I need more. I've got this Facebook page I go to where they promise me 100,000 Rand a month. And I go, but you can have that at DuePoint. But how would your life change with 10,000 Rand a month? If it was there every month, reliably, every month, how would your circumstances change? Well, hers have changed dramatically. What did she do to get the 9? She found 13 people that are active. 13. They put 400 people in her channel. Would you be willing to find 13 people who are plugged into DuePoint for 9,000 Rand a month? I'll bet you would. You can go and see people, though, that are earning much more. We've got them on our DuePoint channel. Go search on YouTube, DuePoint, click on the channel, scroll to the bottom, Wealth Engineers Tell All, and you'll find over 100 testimonies there now of individuals telling their stories about how they earn 3 grand a month, 15 grand a month, 40 grand a month, 80 grand a month, 125 grand a month. You got them all in there. Go and dig around and find them and then decide what it is you want to earn in the DuePoint system. Folks, the second way we create wealth for you is through our XP Rewards training program. This is where we teach you. I told you we've got training videos on this stuff. We do. But more than that, we have an entire program of teaching you how to create wealth, how to become a successful social entrepreneur, how to do it by yourself and not need to rely on others to change your economic circumstances. As you go through the program and complete the steps, we give you XP points, experience points. They accumulate, and as they accumulate and you grow your channel, we rank you up in our training program. And as we rank you up, we reward you. We reward you with cash because we know you need it. Starts little and starts growing as you rank up. Then at rank 5, we give you all the tools you're going to need to become a professional at creating wealth for yourself. At rank 7, we give you a 20,000 Rand set of imported business cards, gold gilded and custom made for you. When you give people gold leafed business cards, they really pay attention to you. Suddenly this just isn't one of those other things. Suddenly this is very different and you're empowered to speed up your wealth creation in our system. At rank 9, we take you and your family away every year that you maintain your channel size with us on a 5-star all expenses paid trip. Now I want you to just think about that all again that I just said to you. Once you're there, all you need to do is maintain your channel size, not a competition. And every year, for the rest of your life, we take you and your family away on a 5-star business class, all expenses paid trip every year. It's wonderful to wake up on the 1st of January and know that your overseas trip at the end of the year is booked and paid for already. That's a wonderful feeling. How would you like to start your year every year like that? We have wealth engineers that are already doing it. You see, I don't have to make promises. We've delivered on all of them already. We've been going away on rank 9 trips for years now, so I can show you real footage of wealth engineers with their families at different locations every year, living a life that they control that is different from anything they could have done in a job. It's a different life than anything that they could have created. And for you, there's 2 ingredients to your success. Numbers, the number of people you connect to us, and time. You have to put time in. South Africans are lazy to put time in. We're lazy. We have to put time in. You put those 2 things in, and you go rank 9, then your December holidays look like this. My goodness, does that not look like a life that is different to the one the average South African is living right now? And that's a montage of trips we've done with our wealth engineers and their families. All South Africans, all having built their wealth at DuePoint. We're waiting to see who's coming with us this year. Who's next? Every year we've had new rank nights. Who's coming with us this year? Book my ticket. I do. Although I do, some of you guys, I do see your faces again. I always tease everyone because they say, book my ticket, then I never see them again. Folks, our tickets are booked already. Our hotel is booked. We're going to a new location this year. 7th of December. We're all getting on the plane. Can you get there by the 7th of December? Yes, you can. This chap here did in 5 months. And somebody's going to beat that record. I know they are. Somebody's going to put their head down and get this done in 90 days. Then I can also WhatsApp. Oh, I can make you rich in 90 days. But I need to wait for someone to do it first. Hey, not make the fake promise you always see. I want to put his face up and say, he did it in 90 days. Somebody's going to do it. And then other people have taken 3 years to get there. Would you be willing to work for 3 years for a lifetime holiday with your family? You wouldn't. You wouldn't work for 3 years for a holiday every year for the rest of your life with your family, 5-star business class, all expenses paid. You can see what the problem with South Africa is. We're lazy and we're unwilling to work. Can you imagine 40 years of holidays with your family? That's what we offer here at DuePoint. But it's difficult for South Africans to stomach. I'll ask that question in every presentation, and in every presentation people say to me, no, I'm not willing to work. It's very sad, isn't it? But that's okay, because there's some of you who want your lives permanently changed. Permanently. So that you live a life that other people say, oh, you're so lucky. And those are the people that are going to put the work in. They're going to put the years in, and they're going to create a life-changing wealth that will make everything different in their future. For those of you who carry on working and get to rank 11, at rank 11, we give you your own car. It's not financed through us. It's not rented from us. It's not branded by us. And we don't give it to you and take it away. It's your car in your name. Because it's a tool that you will use to create wealth for yourself. And that's why it's there. Folks, that's 11 of 28 ranks that we have in our training program. We've only shown you the first third. What's in the other 2/3 if there's holidays and cars in the first third? Well, you'll have to find out by getting there. Put the time in and get the work done. How do we create this wealth, folks? We do it over the back of our financial services products, as I mentioned at the beginning of this presentation. You've got 4 options at DuePoint. The first one is Access Wealth. It costs 324 Rand a month. For that, you get 2 products, your very own tax-free investment account and 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. We take 100 Rand of your 324 and we put it into your investment account every single month, and you are building an asset before you've even connected your first person to us. Our second product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 249 Rand a month. It is 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover with no waiting periods, no medical declarations or examinations, and no maximum age limits, which means that any South African of any circumstance can have 1 million Rands worth of cover with us and be involved in creating wealth for themselves. Our third product is our family wealth funeral plan. It too consists of a number of benefits for you. It starts at 299 and goes from there. You can pick funeral cover of 20 or 30,000 Rand, and you can add 5 or 10 family members to your cover. And as the principal member of the policy holder of the product, you get 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover, which means that when you pass away, we cover 10,000 Rands worth of your debt so that your family don't have to. And then our fourth product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's $2.99 to be a month to be a member, and it gives you access to all of our suppliers. Our suppliers come to us all the time from all over the economy, offering us prices and discounts and vouchers and VIP services that you can now have as a member of this product. Every one of our products has a training video, ladies and gentlemen. If you struggle to read, that's not a problem at DuePoint, because everything's in video format. You can watch a video about how to benefit from these products, how to use them, and how you can get the maximum benefit from what we believe are the best products in the market. So even if you don't become a wealth engineer, even if you just want to take one of our products, you can be assured of having the best in-class products in South Africa with us here at DuePoint. In every way, DuePoint is different from what you have seen before. We wrap all of this in our Achiever Quest, ladies and gentlemen. Every month, we want people getting started and growing wealth with us. Our Achiever Quest says that in every calendar month of the year, everyone, if you're able to put 10, 20, or 30 people in and get them paid in that same calendar month, we will give you a bonus on top of your returns and rewards of 5, 10, or 15,000 rand. If you do it every month, as we have people starting to do, then you could have 60,000 rand a year in bonuses, 120,000 rand a year in bonuses, 180,000 rand a year in bonuses, if you wanted to do it. We put up a lady last month who'd done it 2 months in a row. Sima Shishle, she's been here for 6 minutes. It says months, but that's minutes these days. They should recalibrate everything. Weeks should be days, weekends should just be nighttime. You know how fast time is passing. She's been here for 6 months, nothing, since the beginning of the year. She's got a channel that she's earning $1,000 on a month. Great, that's 12,000 rand a year. But what's more important is that the last 2 months she's got 5,000 rand a month in bonuses. If she keeps going what she's doing, she'll get 6 grand a month. As that number rises, it'll go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As she gets that 5 grand a month. Z, your dad's coming up on month 3, isn't he? 3 months. We got people doing this. Don't tell me it's not possible. I have people tell me it's not possible all the time. We have our 365 challenge. People say to me, Brendan, it's not possible. I say, nonsense. Everything at DuePoint has already been delivered on. It's already been delivered. Our 365 challenge in 2019 says, do you really want to change your life this year? This year. You don't want to wait 3 years. You want to do it this year. Okay, great. You're going to do this challenge. This challenge says put 365 people in 365 days. When does your 365 days start? Today. It starts on the day you join. You got a year. And if in a year you can put 365 people in on your first point, we'll give you the equivalent value of 1.25 million rand. It's a check for 365,000 rand. Your channel will be past rank 9. You're coming away with us on a 240,000 rand holiday. Your channel will be past rank 11. You get yourself a 250,000 rand car. More importantly, though, a channel that's beyond rank 11 earns between 40 and 50,000 rand a month. That means that in 1 year you will have grown for yourself an income that you control, that you made, that doesn't require any boss or employer. It's yours, of 600,000 rand a year. People say to me, Brendan, it's too hard. I go, it's the easiest task in the world. You're not selling or presenting. You've got the tech in your phone. You simply connect them to me. Can you connect a person a day? Can you click your phone 3 times a day? You guys clicked it 3 times before you woke up this morning. If you can connect a person a day to us, on average, I mean, you can do it in groups, but if you do it on average, then at the end of your 365 days, you're 1.25 million rand richer. Don't tell us it can't be done. It's already been done. It's already been done. Everything I've shown you today has already been done. It's now about whether you're willing to do it. Tomorrow we're down in Bloemfontein. I'm very much looking forward to it. We have got a lot of people booked for tomorrow. I hope they arrive. I'm excited to see you guys down there. Make sure you're getting in your cars. We know there's a whole group of you guys here that are now heading down. Or was it Francina? That was a little bit earlier. She had a whole group of guys that are off right now to Bloemfontein. This is a nationwide exercise. I'm expecting to see people from KZN, Eastern Cape, Western Cape, all the provinces. I'm expecting to see you there tomorrow, but most especially, I'm expecting to see all the people from the Free State down there at our conference tomorrow at Bloem. It's going to be epic. 10:30 we start. Don't be late. You know us here. We start at time. It's not event orientated. It's clock orientated. You know us here. So be there at 10:30. The doors will be closed after that. So make sure you're in. Come 10:15. Come 9:30. Be there early. And guys, if you're bringing guests, make sure they have seen an introduction presentation before you bring them. This is not an introduction presentation like this is. This is our conference, our workshop. We're going to be going well beyond just the intro tomorrow with you guys. So make sure all your guests have seen the intro before you arrive tomorrow. But be early. We're coming in. It's going to be a mad dash for a couple of hours and then we're out. But it's going to be epic tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it tremendously. If you need more research about us, go and do it. Go to the JSC's website. Look us up under Conduit Capital. We're listed there. Go to Constantia's website, financials, directors, BEE status, all public. All public. Go to the regulators' websites, the FSCA and others, but the FSCA has got our licenses, long-term, short-term, FSP licenses. Go and see why we're a 7-decade-old insurance company and how we are changing the lives of individuals permanently here. We got all the tools for you. Difference between pros and amateurs, as Rob says, pros have the tools, amateurs don't. You guys that are here, you can buy them at our counter, go and get them, but you know we now have an online store. Simply go to the website, DuePoint.net, click store, and order what you need, and we'll deliver it to your door. Get the tools. We got a 20% discount just for the launch of the store on our business cards, and we've launched our new shirts, ladies and men's fits. Go on there, get those shirts, and start spreading the good news about DuePoint to everybody. If you want to become a wealth engineer today, ladies and gentlemen, there's 4 things you need to do. 1, get signed up. You need to go to DuePoint.net, click the join or reply button, fill out the form, less than 3 minutes, you're a wealth engineer. Not a single cent having passed from your hands today. Number 2, you got to download the app. This business works off of our app. It's very difficult to do without it. Make sure you got a smartphone and download that app for free today. Those of you who are here, free Wi-Fi right here in this building. Get it and download the app so that you can get started. Once you got the app, 2 things to do. Number 1, training. Can't do this job without training. I can't tell you how many people come through this building and go, I don't need training, I know what I'm doing. And I go, really? When you went to your new job, did your boss say, oh, you know what you're doing, and just left you? Every one of you had to go through training first, didn't you? Well, it's exactly the same here. Once you've got the app on your phone, bottom right-hand corner, tools, click it, watch from top to bottom. Get the training done. Once the training's done, you know how to do this business. People say, well, what should I say? We teach you what to say. What should I do? We teach you what to do. It's all in the training. Get it done. And then go out. And step number 4, connect 3 people. Once you've connected 3 people, you're a qualified wealth engineer and you're earning at DuePoint. 3 connections. And you're making wealth with us here at DuePoint. Those are the 4 things that you've got to do. Every piece of technology that's out there, DuePoint is on it. Go to Spotify, Anchor, Apple, you'll get all of our podcasts. Go to YouTube, you get all of our videos. Subscribe and you'll know when we go live every day. Facebook, we produce social media content for you on a daily basis. In fact, 12:15 today, today's content went out for you that you can share and tag. You don't have to make pages, you don't have to make content. We do it all for you. We have all the tools in the country to make wealth creation as easy and as real as possible for you. You have not ever seen anything like DuePoint before. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've got questions and concerns, come and ask me if you're here. Otherwise, ask the person who connected you or call our client service team Monday through Friday. They will answer any question you have about any aspect of DuePoint. Ask the questions. We had to answer them ourselves when we built this business nearly half a decade ago. Don't walk away from here without this tool. If you do, count the cost of what you've left behind and ask yourself, what are your other options? What else are you going to do in this life in South Africa if you don't pick up the DuePoint tool? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Rob's making a special appearance tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. in this building. So if you're not in Bloem, tune in, watch the broadcast for the intro here. And at 11, he'll be doing the launch workshop. For the rest of you who are at Bloem, 10:30, we kick off. Looking forward to it tremendously. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you then.